What up, fish people? Kenny E with Daniken Aquatics, and I'm here with my boy Jesse, and he's going to give us a great tour of this amazing fish room he has. So, anyway, I'm going to ask him a few things. So, Jesse, let me ask you something. What would you say is your passion as far as the hobby goes?
Um, I like African cichlids. They're kind of my jam.
Oh, you're kidding, man. From what I looked at already, I can't believe you like Africans.
Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I'm about to give you a hellaciously cool tour. This guy's got some amazing tanks. I think I'll start with the one behind me and have Jesse tell you what we're looking at.
Yeah, so that's my Psilocybe tank. It's kind of a new addition up here. I just got it started. I mean, I've had these fish for a while, but they were downstairs in a different tank. But kind of moved it up into my hobby room just because I like to have them near me.
God, they're gorgeous. And what size was this, Jesse?
I think that's like a 75 or an 80. I just picked it up. So I've still got some buffing to do on it.
Yeah, dude, I so love the way you put the black and the black sand. Just makes these fish pop.
Yeah, those have been a passion fish for a little over a decade for me. Those are some of the first fish I bred in my early 20s. So I actually had them in a one-bedroom apartment. I had a metal-rimmed 40-gallon tank, like an old-school tank. It was really cool. It was one of my favorite tanks. Bummed I had to get rid of it. So.
God, it's going to be a hard room to shoot because I am an African lover. So, I mean, obviously, I'm going to probably geek out most of the time. Absolutely wild tank. All right, then if you guys look, before I get too much further to it, check it out. He's got all this cool little horror movie type stuff. So Chattanooga Ed, if you're looking, this guy's probably a person from your own heart. Him and his wife are into. I'd love the way they laid this room out. It's just super cool. Superheroes Ed, God knows you probably digging that too.
Yeah, this
I
is
don't know
our
if you've
hobby
met,
room.
don't know if you met Chattanooga Ed yet, but
Yeah.
check out his channel. He's got some. He's just like you guys. Loves that kind of stuff. All right, guys. This is his. Wow. What size is this one,
I
Jesse?
think that's a 110 or a 120. It's kind of a super
Man.
long tank.
So this is an unusual keeping. He's got all these beautiful guppies, and then
He's in the back. And that's Zordon.
Zordon here, kind of. It's his domain. Nice big fat Fahaka puffer. But he's got this tank dialed. How long would you say you've had that up, Jesse?
Ooh, in this iteration, probably since August, but I've had the tank going for probably close to a year and a half, maybe 2 years.
I was going to say, it
Yeah.
looks well established, man.
Oh, yeah.
I love the scape. You did a great job.
Yeah, it's just kind of dialing it in. We have such hard water here in Vancouver that it's just finally getting that algae fine-tuned is
Looks like you got some good flow in there.
oh yeah.
God, every time I look, there's another cool guppy or Endler strain that I didn't see the first time.
Yeah, we honestly just bought a few different ones and just let them do their thing. I mean, these guys are my favorite down here. I love just that black with the cool flame fiery
And anybody
color.
at YouTube's knows how much fun it is trying to shoot guppies. I just go nice and slow, and then they'll do the rest for me. Boy, you do got some gorgeous colors in there, don't you? Oh, she's ready to pop.
Oh yeah, they got tons of babies in the sump too. Have to fish them out once or twice a week.
Where you just dump them right back in.
Yeah.
That is a cool tank. Kind of hone down and show the.
Yeah, I got some crypts in there. Just a whole lot of Val. I love Val. It's kind of my.
Well, Danny would love this tank, man. She's really big into the plant and stuff. I love that plant.
Oh, crypts? Yeah, I love crypts.
Are you doing CO2 in this
I'm
tank?
doing CO2 in this one and that one, yeah.
I was gonna say it looks awful healthy.
Yeah, just trying to get everything to grow in our water is interesting. So.
Well, your valve seems to be doing very well back there.
Yeah. That's one thing that's very easy to grow.
Man, guys, it could sit here all day just in one tank. You can tell this guy loves the hobby. How long you been keeping fish?
Ooh, I got back into it about 4 or 5 years ago, but I did it in my early 20s and kind of took over a lot and decided I wanted to do the family thing, and now got the family thing established and we'll get back into it.
And I got to tell you guys, before we started shooting, this cat was hanging out right in the front. And he must have seen the camera come out. Now he's being shy. But he is a behemoth.
Yeah, so today is early March, and I got him on Father's Day, so June 16th, and he was, I think, he was about the size, I can show you pictures, he's about the size of a female guppy when I got him from the wet spot.
Aww.
And he has just ballooned.
Now this is a tank, guys, that I absolutely just, the minute I saw it, I just flipped. And what size is this?
I think that's I think it's another 110. Just
Show you guys this angle down here too. Just amazing. Love this tank.
Yeah, so we got some Odessa barbs in there, rainbows. I love these horseman's cories. They're not cheap by any means, but the Corridoras, I think they're called like Equus or Equus.
Oh yeah, those are pretty, dude.
Yeah, they're real. And those are wild, so they're real pretty fish.
Did you get those from the wet spot too then?
Yeah, I did indeed.
Boy, that bristle nose seriously got some bristles, don't he?
Yeah.
That's a big old boy.
Yeah, I've had him for probably 4 years.
Yeah, Danny and I breed the long fins.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, every time I turn around, there's something else I didn't see the first time.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot in that tank. That's why.
Take my time on this one. You just kind of give him a... Man, dude, you did a good job on this tank, too.
Yeah, it's another recent rescape. After I shut down the exodon tank, I moved a bunch of the plants and stuff over to this tank, so still getting that.
What species? I see you got a couple. I know that you got Bosemani, but what are these other ones you have in here?
The rainbows?
Uh-huh.
So we have the Millennium right here, and this big boy, he's growing out. I had a huge Millennium, real big one, but the turquoise guy, man, they just got into it. He ended up forcing him out of the tank, like literally up and out.
I hate
of
when
the
that
tank.
happens.
Yeah.
Danny and I keep them. We got the albino millenniums, and then
those are pretty. I like those a lot. Then we got the electric blue Cara. He's
good
a little
size.
big, yeah. We're Broncos fans, so we call him Peyton because he's got the Broncos colors. He's another one of our. It's probably, we only have a couple pet fish. He's one of them. We like.
Yeah, you guys are like I. As many tanks as I have, I probably only have like 6 fish out of the whole house we've named. One jinx I've always noticed when I name them, something happens every time.
Yeah. But yeah, we got the Odessa barbs. They're one of my wife's favorite fish. They're one of my favorite
I
fish.
just dig the way you guys got the huge school of them. It just
the colors are just.
Well, and behind that dark green background with those, it just looks amazing.
Well, and one thing about Odessa barbs that I was not aware of, I've never seen on anything, is how well they eat blackbeard algae.
Really?
Yeah,
I never knew that either.
So this came from the exodon tank, and this whole wood piece was covered, it just looked like a big fur ball. And I think that it's been 2 weeks, and they've almost cleaned all of it off. You can see a little bit there on the top still, but they've literally just picked it all clean. And I can do that with any of these plants too. Like sometimes I'll pull this big bushel of Anubias out, throw it in here, give it a couple days, and they'll pick it clean.
Man, dude, this tank is just phenomenal. I could sit here all day, man.
Yeah, it's one of our favorite spots to sit. We watch movies up here, and
football, I'm sure.
oh yeah. Oh, and all the lights go blue at night, and it's all nice, and it's kind of like when we have friends stay over, when we're having get-togethers and stuff, they call this they like to sleep in the aquarium. They'll come up here and pass out.
Oh, I'm sure. Clay does that at our place.
Yeah, I bet.
Little Clay, he says I think he could be a fish nerd too.
I bet, yeah. Anyone can if they,
Look at there. That's what I love about a tank like this. Didn't even see the rummy nose the first time.
Yeah, there's a couple still in there. I had a big school. And then there's one black neon that I haven't been able to get out yet. He's still in there.
That's a phenomenal tank. All right, guys, now I'm going to show you his business side of things. We'll walk on down. I'll show you. He's got the most amazing breeding room down here. Rather than cut it, I'm just going to film right through.
That's fine. There's a tank in here, too.
Oh, you do?
Well, that one that's in here.
Oh, yeah. He's got so many tanks, I'm forgetting where he's got them. Oh, how could I forget this one? This is your show African tank.
Well, it will be. Yeah, it's kind of lightly stocked now, but they're just keeping it cycled. But
So he just started this thing. And tell us what your idea is for the future on this, Jesse.
So once, I mean, you'll see the meat and potatoes of it out in the garage, but once I get a good big stock of nice show males, this is kind of where I'm going to display them. So.
And what did you say this was? 100?
This is a 140.
I love the layout of that thing.
Yeah, I can show you videos. I had this whole thing set up with the Psilocybe. So this was my big Psilocybe tank for a while. So the whole tank was full of Psilocybe, so it was just real pretty colors. So
That is a cool tank, man.
decided to go a little different direction with it.
I can't wait. I'll have to come back and do an update on this one.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
That guy's gorgeous.
He's probably the only Hapa I own.
Danny and I had two beautiful ones, and unfortunately I had Mabuna in with it, and they destroyed them both.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are one of my favorite fish. Yeah, this is going to be a gorgeous tank when you're done with it. So is this one you bred out?
No, so that's just one of my extra males. So this is kind of like my extra males. I had two of almost everything, and I decided to kind of pull it back because they're kind of jerks when they're breeding. So that's my kind of my spare Angara flametail male, and then some the Senchi Bengas, the Sunshines. So, but those
Well,
are
you guys wait till you see his male Sunshine he has
Yeah.
for breeding.
That's why I didn't use those guys for breeding, because they're not anywhere close to what he looks like. So
He's phenomenal. So I'm pretty sure you guys can tell why I'm kind of geeked out by this guy's place. I tend to like African cichlids just a tad. Okay, he's got such a maze for a place here too.
Sorry.
Am I heading the right way?
You are, yep. Let's go right in.
And I'm sure you don't like looking at my ugly mug, so we'll flip it back around to give you an idea of what he's got going on, man. Check this fish room out. He's got the aquarium co-op special, 110-gallon grow out tubs. Look at this. And in here, guys, if you've been watching my live streams, I've been anxiously excited about picking them up. In here are my exodons that I'll be taking home with me today.
Get a little light going in here. They're quick movers though, man.
Yeah, I think it's looking like I'm going to have a little chore today, guys, getting these guys caught.
Yeah, I'll pull everything out and drain this way down to get them out. They are jumpers. I actually had one with the water this low. I've had one jump, and I found it over there.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know if it hit the side and then did another jump, but
He's got his goldfish from the pond inside here, keeping them nice.
yeah. So originally when I set these up, I didn't have obviously any fry to go in them. So these are just common goldfish that I got from PetSmart to put in our pond that fed our garden out back. So I got them. I put them through like 3 weeks of meds. Super healthy. It's fun for my 5-year-old loves to come out here and feed the goldfish.
I bet you. Well, goldfish are cool, I think.
Yeah, they're super personable. They're always up ready to come up and meet you and get their food in the morning.
You get a good little variety of color in there.
Yeah, there's one that's my favorite. This guy right here, he's got just super long fins. Let's see, where is he at? It's this guy right here. It's kind of the
I see
koi looking
him.
one. He's
Yep.
just got fins that are like almost 2 inches long. Yeah, they're fun fish. So eventually I want to build a bigger pond out back for them. And
Exodons, like I said, in here. What do you got in here, Jess?
so I don't get confused, I tend to label all the bins because I want to make sure that I keep all the species.
So there you
these
go.
These are some of my bigger flame tail babies. Your phone picks it up a lot easier than it is to see in real life. But yeah, so I got some bigger ones. I'd say these are mostly about an inch and a half. Some of the bigger ones.
Man, this guy's got me almost getting the shakes here. Uh-oh, what do we got going on in here?
So those are some dragon bloods I got tumbling because, as we kind of talked about before we started filming, the males are just super aggressive towards the females. So I didn't want her to spit in the tank prematurely, so I definitely stripped her out. So that's kind of the smaller batch. So the dragon bloods I get less out of than all the other tanks.
And what do you got in this one?
These are all my blue orchids. So the Ilana Cara Cadenzii.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's
So,
all I do, Jess.
yeah.
I don't try to butcher it. I show them that. And
Yep. Yeah. So I got a bunch in here. These ones are actually really interesting. These guys.
so if somebody wanted to set something like this up, how much are each of these little container deals?
Ooh. Is my wife gonna watch this?
Oh. You don't have to disclose if it's going to get you in trouble, but I
the
mean,
shipping is more expensive than almost anything. I mean, the tubs themselves are just north of a couple $100.
God, if you think about it, a couple $100 to have a 110-gallon grow out, it's pretty reasonable.
Well, and I mean, they're durable. You could hit this with your truck, and they're still going to be fine. You know what I mean?
I'm going to have to look into getting some of those.
They are definitely worth it. I wanted to get them when I got them. I didn't have anything to put in them at first, but I watched Corey at Aquarium Co-op, and I saw he was about to set up his fish room, and he bought like, I think like 100 of them or something crazy like that. So I wanted to make sure I could still get them, so I jumped on it when I could. Because I know that they're not necessarily, it only comes from like one company in Washington that makes them and distributes them, but they're originally for produce.
Really?
Yeah.
I wonder how much it would cost you if you just went up there and picked them up in one shot from them.
I don't know. They brought them on a pallet truck and all that stuff. So
But I'm always trying to figure out a way to shave it a little bit, you know?
yeah, 100%. So
This
these
is
are
cool.
so these are the Metroclima. That one, right? I saw they were at the wet spot.
Come on. There we go, guys. That's what they are.
Yeah. Anything that's F1s, I'm still always super attracted to. I'm such a nerd when it comes to African cichlids. 10, 12 years ago, you could actually get it was pretty easy to get wild stock. But nowadays, it's
wet
real
spot
tough.
is easy to get lost in on the Africans anyway. They got so many.
Yeah. So I grew these guys out. So the males are real pretty. I mean, there's no light on this tank, so you can't really see that well. But the males are real pretty. They're like a powder blue with a big yellow chin. So I'm kind of waiting for them to kind of start some breeding action. But they're finally getting to a good size. They were only about 1 inch when I bought them.
Super cool. Then, as you guys can see, more grow outs.
Yeah. Those are my slow side babies. Those are some of the first ones I bred. So I've only had this setup going for about 6 months. So I'm starting to see some pretty good returns. But those are some of the first babies I had. So they're getting pretty good size.
Yeah, I'd say these are almost ready for market.
Yeah, the fun thing about them is they all start out yellow. And then the males turn that nice blue and black.
Then here's some females of the dragon bloods and looking at me. I think they think I'm going to feed them.
Yeah, nobody's been fed yet. So
It's like, hey, dude, what's up, man? You going to get some food or what? How often do you feed yours, Jesse?
the adults or the babies?
Both.
Adults I usually feed like once to twice a day, pretty much once.
Yeah, we do the
Sometimes
same thing, man.
Sometimes I'll throw some extra pellets in. The babies get fed 3 times a day. They get pellets, they get flakes, and then they get some baby brine. So those are all my sunshine babies.
Yeah, and I'll be flipping it around here soon, guys, and showing you the adults of these. I mean, this guy knows his stuff when it comes to Africans.
Let me turn the air off.
Oh, you're fine, dude. That ain't hurt nothing. People are used to hearing air. They're used to hearing it.
You can see it a little bit better.
And these would be the dragon bloods. These are getting pretty good size too.
Yeah, those are some big ones. So and then those are custom filters I made.
Do you have something else in other than dragon bloods in there too?
No, for some reason. So these ones actually came. So these ones, when I bought the females, one of them came holding. So these ones aren't from my male. So I was gonna grow these out to see what they were, but half of them came out black, and half of them came out.
That's strange, huh?
Yeah, very strange. So I was gonna grow these out and see what they look like.
I wonder if you had the blue dragon blood female, maybe.
It was one of these. So it was.
She spit it?
It was either her or her.
Makes me wonder if another, because they have those dark blue ones too.
Yeah. So, but the rest of these are all from my stock. But these sunshines. There's already they're already starting to color.
Yeah, those are cool, man. Yeah, I've got to get some of these now. You got me sold.
I love these things.
And that's going to be so easy when it comes time to market to get them out of there.
Yeah. So what I want to do is you can get custom nets too that are the exact size of this,
And
you
then
can
pull it
just,
up.
You can just do one thing.
Oh,
One
nice.
swipe.
Yeah, this is really dialed. I like this.
And there's just more goldfish in there. This tub stays kind of messy because this is where I wring out all my sponges and stuff in there when I clean it.
So as you guys can see, he's got this thing set up very efficient.
Trying to do the most in the least amount of space that I can.
So some more babies, blue orchids. It looks like. God, he's got tons of babies.
Yeah, the cool thing about blue orchids too, it's kind of interesting. They have really delicate fry because they're so small. Their eggs are like literally a quarter of the size. If you get an Angara female and you strip her eggs are like almost 3 times the size of the blue orchid eggs. They're just teeny tiny. So these guys start real small.
And here's his sunshine breeder male. Look at that guy. Flipping amazing. And what do we have down here?
Those are a new acquisition. They're starting to finally color up. Those are the yellow top Mbambas. They're Libidichroma, so they're a Mabuna. So I was going to see if I can get a little breeding action out of them eventually, but they're starting to finally color up. I bought them as a mixed batch, so I'm not really sure how many females I got out of that. So I'm going to wait.
I would bet you got a few. It usually works out that way.
Yeah, so I'm waiting to see some action, but you can tell some good
colors.
Quality males. Yeah.
Oh, these guys caught my eye right off the bat when I got here.
Yeah, those took a while to grow out.
These guys are gorgeous.
Those are the elongatus chewiri, so another Mabuna.
I forgot to do that for you guys. I'll do that.
They're kind of a shy fish, but
Yeah, that one's not mine in the limelight.
yeah. So they got some real cool colors. They're another fish that I had in my old fish room when I was in my early 20s. And one of my favorites. So I had some wilds, I believe, when I was real young. Man, I loved them. So saw them on the list on the website and I had to pick them up.
Oh, and here's his dominant male dragon blood, and this guy just
He's a jerk.
absolutely gorgeous fish.
Yeah, he knows it too. So I can only put the females in there for a couple days at a time. I wait a couple days.
Well,
If some action happens, it happens.
he ain't
If
even
not, I
scared
pull
of
them
us.
in.
Look at him, just
Oh, no.
in the shiznick. Stay away.
That's his tank. for
That
sure.
dude is amazing, man. The only thing that's hard for me, guys, is getting off some of these tanks because they're so. Then he's got more dragon blood babies up here.
Those are from him, so those are his spawn. And those are all no dark ones in there. So
These guys always take a while to start coloring up.
oh yeah.
He's got tons of babies there, and I'll go over to the next row, and guess what we're gonna find? More babies. These are the flame tails, huh?
Yeah. Definitely probably my most prolific breeders because I have so many females.
You guys wait till I get down to this flame tail. You guys are gonna trip.
I think part of it too is some of these male peacocks I've had for years, they were just in the tank with the Solosi.
Look at this male flame tail, guys. He is stunning. Oh, don't you hide from us now. He's hanging down there, but he is gorgeous.
There he is.
Look at that fish, guys. Wow. Well, he's definitely happy. He's got himself quite the harem here, eh?
Yeah.
All
Seems
right.
like every week I gotta.
And so you guys know that's what the flame tail is. Then down here is his Garlio Reef. Did I butcher that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, these are my Slanio. I don't know. They're just Afras. I call them Afras because they're.
Good looking fish.
Yeah, that's what. When they get real spry, the males will really color up. They get that real thin black line on them. They're like 3 real thin black lines and look real nice. They're not super colored up right now.
Man, he's got every tank's more and more coolness. And here we got Eureka Reds.
Yeah, so these are I'm growing out. So these I bought as juvenile. So
These
waiting for a
will
good
get
return on these.
super cool, man.
Yeah, the pictures of the male that produced them look real nice. It's just like almost like red, white, and blue.
Yeah, they're really cool, man.
So they're growing up pretty quick. I got them on a pretty
And what do we got here?
So these are my
blue orchids.
Blue orchids. So yeah, this is my wife's favorite that we have. She loves this fish. So he comes out.
There he is.
He just gets that powder blue on the top. And
Yeah, these are gorgeous, man. But I mean, God almighty, you got a nice fish room. And of course, more babies.
Yeah.
So Jesse, I'm going to take the time to thank you for letting us invade your space today.
Yeah.
You have an amazing fish room, dude. Is there anything you'd like to say to everybody before we cut her loose?
Thanks for watching.
All right. So guys, that's going to conclude Jesse's fish room. Like I said, he was the one gracious enough to donate me some exodons, which I'm super stoked about. I will be doing an update video on that soon, once I get them settled in. So as always, love your fish. This is Kenny E with Jesse, and we're out for now. Peace, brothers.